everybody, welcome to Raising Vibrations with myself, Simon. Today, guys, what I'm going to be sharing with you is Uranus through the houses, and we're going to be continuing with specifically Uranus through the 6th house. This is where our focus is today. And I'm just going to basically be sharing with you some of the perspectives and ideas associated with this house placement, and also just giving you my own personal opinion on how to actually work through some of the Uranian experiences that are associated with this placement, okay? Now, the first thing that I want to say just before we go ahead and actually delve into the information is that there is an introduction video. I highly recommend watching that. It's basically been created to give you a grounded perspective of how to actually integrate some of the information that I've shared with you on the house placement. In other words, Uranus in the 6th house. So basically, as we understand Uranus in our birth chart, there are quite a lot of dynamics that are associated with where it's placed, and I share a lot of information about what it actually symbolizes, or should I say what it actually means, like I said in the introduction video. So I highly recommend watching that before integrating your house placement, okay? Then the second thing that I wanted to share with you was that if you have Uranus in the 6th house or in Virgo, then I highly recommend watching what I was going to say over here is that if Uranus is in a different sign, pardon me, if Uranus is in the 6th house, then that's what you're watching right now. And if Uranus, say for instance, is ruled by Libra, Uranus in Libra, then watch the Uranus in the 7th house video as well, as they kind of interlink and give you a more fundamental and clearer perspective for you. Okay? Does that make sense? Right. So Uranus in the 6th house. This is an incredibly tough place to have Uranus, to be honest. One of the things that you will probably have direct experience from is two dynamics. One of them in the work environment, okay, and the way that you have been employed and so on, is very difficult because your independence and unique geniusness or a sense of individuality is constantly creating situations in which a specific way of doing certain things cannot be internalized by yourself. So what happens is that you generally have conflicts where your individuality is needing to be rejected, or that you're needing to do something a certain way that is not in line with how that you actually experience yourself. So it's like the logical order that you want to do something, or the process you want to do something, or the type of jobs you want to do are generally not the consensus way. So what happens is that it becomes very difficult to find a job that you can actually sustain for a period of time, because Uranus is constantly fracturing the nature of your routines and the way that you go about processing and doing things, and then obviously at the same time not staying stuck in one place, allowing you to have this constant change. Even your sense of like dietary regular, like the way that you actually eat food in itself can change consistently. You might go on a really big binge at one point in time and then sort of like really eat healthy and so on and so forth. And so what happens here is that it's because the essence of how you process stuff and how you actually go about putting things in a logical order is literally being disrupted. And your integration that you need to learn within this, or to heal this process, is aligning yourself with going with the flow. This is an incredibly powerful experience when it comes to understanding the symbolism, going with the flow, allowing things to be a certain way so that you can not get stuck on the details, okay? The second thing that is associated with this placement is also incredible like feelings of sense of lack, or I'm not good enough, or feelings of persecution and irrational self-criticism. Virgo is an archetype that naturally creates this dynamic within our consciousness where there's a lot of judgment. So you have subconscious memories here of those things bleeding through, and it sometimes can be really difficult to actually go into public feeling completely open, because who's judging me, who's criticizing me, who's going to be creating these certain things, am I good enough, and so on and so forth. So a big part of this experience is also about internalizing healing, aligning yourself with a spiritual identity that allows you to dissolve these pre-existing thought patterns. In other words, parts of yourself that are no longer part of you in this physical world, but maybe of the past. To let go of those processes and to really integrate a go with the flow type of behavior. Okay? Fantastic. Well, I really hope that you enjoyed this video and it gave you some insight into what you need to do with regards to this placement. If you are interested in purchasing a reading with myself and delving deeper into your astrology, please contact me. My website is in the description below. And yeah, Great. Have a good day. Take care. Bye-bye.